All right, awesome. So today is 8:01 p.m. Eastern time, guys. Yeah, 8:01 Jeff. I was about to say January, but it's February 4th, okay? 1 month done in 2025. Just like it feels like yesterday we said Happy New Year. We're putting all the goals for the new year. This is the year we're going to do things, and then 1 month is done, February is a short month, you know how that is. So anyways, I'm excited, guys. I have a topic here that I think is going to be awesome. Here's the thing for those in the mastermind. This mastermind, and I know a few people, I opened it to people who are not in the mastermind also, this specific call, but those who are not in the mastermind, this is a mastermind where we go deep into everything ranking, but also outside of that, okay? We're covering things, bringing on experts experts in AI, today's guys in Faceless YouTube, affiliate website. I'm talking to somebody to bring business lending, business credit, funding, a lot of different things. So kind of this mastermind is evolving into a lot of things, right? So I'm excited. Okay, so we got a few more people joining in. Okay, we got Ian, Jeff, Riz, Chris. Thank you. So I'm going to get going, start right away. But I wanted to basically take 1 minute and talk about the mastermind, guys. I think there's a couple of people here who may not be in the mastermind. Please hit me up. Eventually, over time, in the next month or two, I plan to close down the paid SEO group, Facebook group. You still have access to the course and all that, but I plan to close the Facebook group, move everybody to the mastermind, okay? Because the mastermind is taking a life of its own. It's not just ranking and SEO, but as Google evolves, as the technology evolves, as everything evolves, we are expanding our horizons, bringing in experts like experts in Faceless YouTube, AI, business funding, business credit, a lot of things. Okay. And so it's all about growing and scaling and being ahead of what's happening right now. Okay. So if TikTok is there, great. If TikTok goes away, great. Okay. We're going to be doing so much. Okay. But I don't want to take a lot of time, guys. Give me a 1 in the chat. Okay. If you guys know what Faceless YouTube is, give me a 2 if you have no idea. I just want to get an idea so I can tell Simon, I'm going to introduce him, how sophisticated you guys are. Okay. I think most of you guys should know Faceless AI. Okay. I guess so. Yeah. Everyone says AI. Okay. Awesome. Love it. Okay. Here is a quick backstory before I bring on Simon. Okay. You guys know, I know, we do SEO, rank and rent, client SEO, bringing on partners. I know there are people here who are running agencies, who have their own businesses, things like that. For more than a year, I've been looking into Faceless YouTube. Okay, that's actually exploding. I started following a few people on YouTube and in Twitter, X. These are Faceless YouTube experts with a following, and I started learning from the free content out there. And then I hired an employee in the Philippines in my team who has some experience in writing scripts and all that. And me and her tried to just learn from all the stuff on YouTube and Twitter. And for 6 months, we put up our own YouTube channel and started growing it. Okay. And after 6 months, we had like 4 subscribers. And we were like, okay, we're not doing something right. So I wanted to go and hire a coach. I set up one-on-ones with about 3 or 4 different people that I follow. These are gurus in the Faceless YouTube niche. Most of them had $5,000 programs. Was a bit expensive, but more than the money, as I talked to them, I wanted to find somebody who I could also work a little bit one-on-one. Anyway, I was following Simon, who I'm going to bring in a minute, okay? And I reached out to him. Simon has a video editing agency. He has his own Faceless YouTube channels bringing a lot of money, 5 figures a month. He has helped quite a few people create Faceless YouTube. He did not have a course yet. Okay, so I reached out to him. I was like the 3rd or 4th one-on-one person coaching he took on in the last 3-4 months, and he'll tell the story himself. The other 2 guys who bought one-on-one with him, with me in the same time frame, they are already making money. I'm the slowest guy because I have so many things going on. I'm the bad student here, right? So I reached out to Simon and said, I have so many people like me, okay, in my mastermind. Ben says we could be part of a beta group. Yeah, okay. I actually stole Sign, okay, what Ben is saying here. Hey man, if you can come and share, give some value, okay, that people can take in my mastermind, go do it themselves to make money if they want to, right? But also, I told him of the idea, hey, why don't you start a group coaching? Because one-on-one is going to take a lot of his time. He did not want to do one-on-one all the time. But group coaching where he still does coaching calls and, maybe a community like here and all that. But people can actually start scaling. And he was open to the idea. So today I brought him, he hasn't slept the whole night, guys. He's in Pakistan. It's 6 a.m. The whole night he was up preparing the webinar. I literally told him, Sign, my mastermind students, members, these are sophisticated guys. If we just come and say, buy this stuff, they're going to be like, F you. You want to provide value. Please provide value. So he actually put some stuff. He was like, how technical can I get? I said, get technical. Okay. There are people who are pretty technical here. So I'm excited because my first channel is now taking off. I have a team in place, script writer, video editor, thumbnail expert. We got more experience now. We're already talking about starting a second and third channel. Okay. So I'm excited, but I'll give it to Sign. Guys, give me an excited in the chat so Sign knows we can show. Let's show him some love. The guy hasn't slept the whole night. Okay. It's not easy. All right. So give me an excited in the chat. So Sign is here. He knows it. And I'll give it over to Sign. Sign is all yours. Please go ahead.
Appreciate you so much, Arman. Hey guys, how's it going? I actually wanted to ask a question before we begin, but Ganesh already asked that question. That was like, how many of you guys already know about Faceless YouTube? So naturally, my next question would be, has anyone of you ever started a Faceless channel on your own? And if yes, then how was your experience? Like, if you could let me know in the chat if any one of you has had his own experience for the channel.
Yeah, put
And
a
how did it go?
yes if you started, and no if you did not, and put a good, bad experience or success, no success. Ian says, I have not tried, but I know what it is. Rizmo said, no, no, no. Everyone's saying no. Most of these guys, we know SEO, but we also know we should utilize YouTube, and we haven't done. Susan says, not a faceless. So, I mean, active Facebook, showing the face, maybe active YouTube, but no. Manish says, I've heard about using Flicky and NVIDIA. Okay. People know about it. Okay, Ben says I have one, but it's YouTube Shorts about reselling. Okay, so one person has a YouTube Shorts faceless.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think this gives me enough idea about I didn't want to have the shiny object syndrome. Yeah, yeah. I can relate to that for sure.
Exactly
Um,
is a Rapify. Sales Jack website is a Rapify. Sandiga website is
Guys, please mute yourselves. Sign, go ahead. Sorry about that.
oh, okay. Anyway, um, I'll share my screen. I'll begin the presentation. I tried to give free value, but I'm sure that I did not get too technical, because I know that although you guys have heard of the term faceless channels or YouTube automation, I'm sure a lot of the stuff that we talk about can get technical if you haven't had any experience before working practically on your channels. Okay, I'll share my screen if you allow me to. Let me see.
Yeah, you should be able to.
All right, guys, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see you. Yeah.
I'll give you a little bit of background on myself. Okay, who am I? My name is Sam, and I build faceless YouTube empires. And the reason I call these empires is because they generate passive revenue. And by passive, I don't mean fully passive. That's why I never use the term YouTube automation, because the reason why I don't like the term YouTube automation is because most of it is not automated until you reach a certain level. Okay. So when you start out, you have to put in everything. It does require work, even though you hire people, you hire employees to work for your channel and help you build the business. Um, until you reach a certain point where you can like get it on autopilot and you can build systems that work on their own and scale on their own, you cannot technically call it a passive income stream. Okay. And the reason I call them empires is because they're infinitely scalable, and there's no limit to how big your YouTube empire can grow. All right. Since there's no personality attached to it, there's no limit of content that you can make. Everything can run on autopilot and then keep multiplying. using the same revenue. Okay, so that's why I like to call this an empire. I started in 2022. I started a video editing agency. I was not doing this for myself. I was only doing this for other people. My guys were producing videos for other running channels, but we were not doing it for ourselves. And then I started realizing that I was missing out on a big chunk on the plate just because I was doing the same thing for others and they were making money off of my videos. I realized that I should do this myself as well. And then we started to, have our own channels. We built a few channels from scratch. We added more and more to our portfolio. And right now I'm running over 30 channels in my personal portfolio. Okay. These are a few of my results. This channel is my student's channel. She got monetized within 10 days. And the channel is now at more than $300 per day. I think Sravanan, I've shown you the channel, right? It was
Yep.
Leah's
Yep.
channel,
Yeah, I
the
got
boxing
excited looking
channel.
at that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can reveal the exact channel here, obviously, because anyway, and then this is a channel with 25K in revenue. This is a trending channel, a trendy channel. So full transparency here, this $807 per day looks very shiny. It's not a consistent income for this channel. So it happened for like a month or two when that specific topic was trending. So this is a trendy channel, and we'll talk about what a trending channel is in the next few slides. Okay. So what is Faceless YouTube channel? I'm sure you guys know the base concept, but essentially, YouTube is not really built for creators. And by the way, guys, if at any point any of you feels like that I'm going too fast or maybe don't understand anything, just type something in the chat so I can pause and I can
Yeah, and I'm
explain.
monitoring the chat. So yeah, if anyone's got any questions, put it in the chat. Anyone's got any feedback, put it in the chat, and I'll monitor the chat. Go ahead, Simon. Sure.
Yeah, because I don't want to, end up feeling like I said something and then someone doesn't understand. So I just want the communication to be very clear, okay? So significance of Faceless YouTube has massively grown since the rise of digital media. People are not as much as watching these documentary style content on TV. Obviously, by TV I mean your traditional cable media. They're now shifting more towards Netflix and YouTube, and those are the two leading platforms right now competing for attention on for TV audience. So we know that YouTube's the future for sure. Now let's discuss what's the difference between a personality-based channel. Um, since most of you already know what a faceless channel is, it's pretty straightforward. A personality-based channel is where an actual creator is in front of the camera. They record videos, and then they have an audience built around them and their personality, and they watch the content not just because of the topic ideas, but also for the personality. So they usually build huge fan bases. People wait for their videos to come out on certain times, right? So that's sort of like the personality based side on YouTube, which is very traditional style of doing YouTube so far. Now then we have this faceless side, which basically means that there's no specific creator or personality attached to the channel. So technically, you could have anyone do the videos, as long as the topic interests your core audience. Um, you can still get views. And the only advantage of doing this is that this is infinitely scalable. So if you know that if something works, you know that it works because of the topic that you're posting or the niche that you're in or the audience that you're serving. So now you can replicate that same thing again and again and again, and it's infinitely scalable. And that's why I love personally doing faceless YouTube. All right. Then, I mean, obviously, personal brands are not gonna go out of style. It's not like that you can replicate, especially in this era of AI, where everything's being copied, everything can be replicable. I still don't think that personality can be replicated because there's always a soul to personality, and although personality um, is not replicable, it can be used in your faceless content as well. So when you create faceless content, it's not like that your content is gonna be soulless or without any personality. Okay, you can still add a lot of personality depending on your niche. All right, and I'll discuss that as well. So let's just skip the introduction and stuff. Okay, I'll give you some practical advice on how to start. um First step is obviously deciding on a niche, right? What your channel is going to be about. So what I usually do is I try and find out a niche which is particularly new, right? I start researching for channels through my YouTube browse page. I come across multiple channels. For inspiration, I look at a few competitor channels, right? And then the only channels that I shortlist are the ones that have gotten more views than the subscribers that they have in the past three months. And what I mean by that is, let's say if a channel is started within the last 3 months, right? And then it has a lot of new views coming in, but the subscribe count is very less, then we know for sure that okay, this is a new channel, but YouTube is recommending this content a lot, which means that there's a high demand for this content and there's no supply to fulfill the content, right? There's this concept called supply and demand on YouTube, okay, which basically means that um, there is an audience that exists that who wants to watch this content, but there's no one creating this content for them. So that's where I jump in, and I basically sort of hijack their channels. And by hijacking, I mean I create better content than them. I create longer content. I create better quality videos, and then I basically take over their niche. So that's how I do my own niche research and niche selection. That's what I teach people as well. Okay. So how does the channel run? Obviously, not on its own, right? You're gonna have to build a team, obviously. So your team just usually consists of 3 to 4 people, but I've added these extra steps, the ideation expert, and all the way at the bottom, I've also added a channel manager. In the beginning, you don't really need these extra people. You may even not need a script writer if you want to, like, write your scripts yourself. It totally depends on your own skill level, how much time you want to put in, how much you want to learn. But for beginners, I usually recommend that they need to at least know, like, have knowledge about all of these roles, but also master at least one of these roles, just so that once their freelancer or their employee delivers them the content, they know what to look for, they know how to perform quality checks, and they know what good content looks like before they start uploading the videos. Okay. um Very basic. So today I'm gonna give you these some insight on these four things, which is ideation, niche research, what are micro niches and what are macro niches, and then types of content. Okay. uh does anyone have any questions so far?
Guys, any questions? Do you guys finding value? We can't see anybody's faces, so we don't know if you're sleeping or not. At least
Yeah,
put a one
I
if you're
literally have
finding.
no idea who I'm talking to because I only
Yeah.
see myself.
Give me a one. Put a one if you're finding value. Put a two if you're like close the whole thing down and go back to bed. Like give us something. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. So Susan saying one. Ian says one on one. Mike says one. Arthur says one. Okay. So people are there. Okay. They just don't want to show their faces. I understand. Okay. Go ahead, Simon. Thank you.
Okay.
I think this is good. This is awesome.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, let's continue. So let's talk about ideation, all right? Ideation is the process of coming up with topic ideas for your channel. So at this stage, let's assume that we have already found our niche, and we're gonna make videos. But the question is, what do we make videos on? Okay, what do people want to watch? And that's what we call topic ideation. Now we're gonna find out what the audience wants, what video ideas can work, what ideas don't work, what topics are in demand. Okay, so that's how we do. That's when we start doing our topic research. Okay. Pretty basic stuff. It should align with the audience interest, ensure depth and engagement. Timelessness is crucial. So I'll discuss this timelessness expect as well. Leverage past success. So obviously by leveraging past success, I mean if an idea has worked for you in the past, you can repeat the same video idea. And I'm sure, like, if any one of you guys, like, or maybe all of you guys, um, when you watch YouTube and sometimes when you're browsing on YouTube, I'm talking about a long form, not YouTube Shorts. You're like scrolling through videos, you found a new creator, like a new YouTuber, or maybe someone who's new to you. You haven't seen their content before. You click on their video, and then you realize that okay, this is a very interesting video, so you should like watch until the end. You really like the video, okay? But what you realize is that that's the video that was shown to you is actually the most popular video that the creator has ever made. And that specific video that attracted you to that creator and you ended up subscribing to that guy, that video is also brought in a wider audience and you are a part of that wider audience, right? And now what happened is that the creator and the or yeah, whoever has made the video, they realize that okay, I made this specific video on this specific topic for this specific audience. I got a good response, but I have been creating videos for the past 1 year. I haven't gotten this much views yet. So does this mean that the topic idea that I worked on, that idea was maybe like an idea that works, obviously? So you might start noticing that now that creator starts replicating that idea, and they start to duplicate that video, and by like, they start creating their same repetitive content again and again and again. And they keep like getting views from you or other audiences until that obviously the audience gets exhausted, and then they just get bored and they unsubscribe, right? So I'm sure like this has happened to like at least one of you, because this is a very common occurrence on YouTube. You find someone, this is a very interesting video, then they start doing the same video with a different title again and again and again. So this is what we call leveraging past success, and this is one of the crucial topic research steps, topic research aspects that we usually cover. Um, Utilize negativity bias. What does this mean? Well, this basically means that on YouTube, when you are browsing through topics, it's not always the case when you're gonna click on a positive video. Okay, most of the times people like controversy, right? So if you talk about a celebrity, let's say, and you talk and the title and the thumbnail of the video is something very positive about the celebrity, maybe their fans are going to click the video. But when you say something really negative or something spicy about the celebrity, right? Not just their fans, but also the people who don't really know the celebrity, or they don't really care about the celebrity, or maybe they're haters, they're gonna click as well. So in most of the cases, you always get most clicks on negative content, although the satisfaction rate of the video is not really higher on this type of content. But that's why you basically get clickbaited into these negative content. So utilizing this negativity bias is also a great way to get views, okay? Because people like controversy, people like drama, and even though they don't really like care about what they're watching, they just want to know all the juicy stuff, okay?
So Debashish says, example, most hated rock stars of all time, something like that.
That is a great example. Yeah.
Awesome.
Let me see if I can open my
Debashish
chat.
also says we are all practicing being faceless. That's why we don't see anybody's face.
That's a good one. Okay. All right. Um, shall we move on to the next one? Yeah,
Yeah, go
most
ahead,
hated
please.
rock stars of all time is a really good example. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about supply and demand. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Supply and demand, what does this mean? For every topic, for every niche, there's always a supply and there's always a demand in the video. Okay. When you reach a higher level stage in YouTube automation, um, not YouTube automation, I don't really like that word, in your YouTube channel, you can always try to figure out what your audience wants and what your competitors audience wants as well. So what usually happens is that when we start a channel, by either hijacking someone else's channel or making content similar to them but with better quality, what we like to do and what really works, like in all of the cases, that you aim to be in their suggested videos. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, let's say if you find someone who's making videos about football, okay? And now you're like, okay, I'm gonna make videos about football as well. But how do I get their audience to my channel? Well, you start creating topics similar to them, but you increase the quality of the video just so that your video your video starts to get in their audience's feed, or when their video plays, your video can be shown in the up next section, right? When you sometimes you watch YouTube and the video ends, and then another random video starts playing automatically, right? Autoplay. That's where you want your video to be. So mean about um, that's what we mean by getting into their suggested fields. Okay, this is all basic stuff. I've already talked about this. I'm just gonna skip this slide. So this is a very interesting slide, and this is something that I actually I would love if like you guys understand this because not really many people talk about this a lot. What's the topic transfer method? Okay. It basically means that when you're looking for topics, right? You start actually 1 second, let me see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you start looking at your competitors and not really your competitors, by the way. So let's say if I have a channel in um I make videos about cars, okay? I make videos about cars. One day I'm looking for topics and I come across a channel that makes videos about celebrities. Now, now their video about celebrities, it's a topic that went viral, right? And I'm gonna talk about outliers as well because I haven't like added that to the presentation, but I really think that you should guys should know what an outlier is. So what an outlier means is that let's say if a channel has 10,000 subscribers and the channel consistently gets like 2,000 views every day on every new video, and then you start scrolling through their videos, so it's 2,000 views, 3,000 views, they're posting every day, right? They're getting 2,000 views, 3,000, and then boom, one day, one of their videos hit 50,000 views or 100,000 views. And then right after that video, it goes back to like averaging 2,000, 3,000. So that specific video in between that hit 50,000 or 100,000, you call that an outlier video. Okay. And when you are looking for niches, you're looking for topics, you're gonna hunt for those outliers on the channels. So when you take a look at the channels, you want to compile a list of their outliers and you're going to find out why did that video hit an outlier number, outlier view count. Okay, that could be due to different reasons. That could be due to the topic itself. That could also be due to the packaging or the format of the video. So what you're going to do now is, let's say if I make videos about cars and I find someone in the celebrity niche that hit an outlier video in a different niche, and if their format is replicable in my niche, I'm gonna take their format and then I'm gonna make a video about cars, but I'm gonna steal the format that they use. Because what I mean by format is, let's say, um, Devashish Kumar just said most hated rock stars of all time. Maybe I can take this most hated rock stars of all time and I can say worst cars of all time, or maybe I can say most hated car companies of all time, right? So I could make a video about that. So this most hated rock stars of all time, this is actually a video in the, I'm assuming, celebrity niche. If I make videos about cars, I can do with cars. If I make videos about, let's say, football, I can say most hated footballers of all time. So technically, I didn't steal his idea. I stole his format, right? I'm not technically calling it stealing. It's a topic transfer method. So you basically transfer the topic over to your own niche, okay, or genre, whatever. I hope I was able to
Yeah,
explain
yeah,
this.
got it. Yeah, it's good.
Do you use tools to speed up channel reach and find channel opportunities? Yeah, I do. I do use a few tools, and obviously I'm gonna talk about the tools as well, so not gonna be an issue. Um, Concept overview. The transfer method involves, yeah, I already covered this. Okay, so this is an example of transfer method. So there's a video that says there will never be another movie like Borat. Okay, and then you replicate their concept, and you're like, okay, there will never be another Dennis Rodman. So this non-stop thing, this is actually a video about an NBA player, American basketball, American
Yeah,
what is it? Basketball, right? Yeah.
yeah.
And then this was a video about a movie. So this guy, the one who made video about Borat, this is actually a movie guy, right? They make videos about movies, right? And then this channel makes videos about American football, basketball. So there's no like direct link between these two genres. These are like very, very, very much apart from each other. But this guy posted a year ago, and I'm sure that their inspiration was this format. Like 100%, I can like vouch to that. And then these guys like did this 9 months ago, and then they hit a crazy view count here as well. So this is what I mean by a transfer method. You take someone else's format, bring that over to your own niche, and just literally print views. Okay. So let's talk about micro niches. All right. Um, if guys, if you've understood what topic transfer mean, just like type one in the chat so I know that I've explained it well, and then I can move on to the next point.
Yeah, we just got another. He's got probably another 5, 6 slides, guys. So give us a one if you understand. Give us a two if you're like, I have no idea or I don't understand anything specific. Yep, Umer, Susan, Devashish, Richard, 111, author 1, Ian 1. Yep,
And
good to go, Simon.
if you didn't understand anything about the transfer method, just type 2 or 0, and then I can like ask you specifically what confusion do you have, so I can like
No, I
clear.
think we're good. Keep going, because there's so much you can learn. Ian says, I love the topic transfer idea. Yeah, really, if you understand, guys, Simon is going through these. When I start working with him one-on-one, slight things were like, I thought I knew SEO, right? And we could go keyword research on YouTube. But the niche that I am in, that Simon gave the idea, was really a smart one. Okay, so it's amazing. Go ahead. I know he's covering a lot. If you really understand, there's so much here.
All right,
Go
awesome.
ahead, Simon. Yeah.
So let's talk about micro niche. But before we talk about micro niche, I'm gonna say something. So, what when we usually talk about niches, when beginners start doing YouTube, they talk about niches as if they're like a niche is a specific bubble that we cannot burst, or a specific red line that we cannot cross. That's what they usually do. So they talk about, oh, I'm in the animal niche, or I'm in the cars niche, I'm in the sports niche, right? What they think is that anything that can be in that niche, they can make videos on that. Oh, I'm in the crime niche, make videos about crimes. Okay. Um, YouTube Faceless does not really work like that. Okay. You need to come up with your own micro niche, and what I mean by micro niche is that, let's say if you see a channel that covers crimes, okay, if so there's gonna be like 1,000, like multiple thousand channels that are gonna be covering crimes, and if you just start on one more channel, you're gonna be going against that supply and demand rule that I talked about earlier, right? So obviously there's a lot of demand, but there's a lot of supply of that content as well. So if you just create like another, like you create your first channel in the crime niche, a generalized crime niche, and you're gonna talk about crimes, you're probably like the 1,000th guy, or maybe like 100,000th guy who has a channel on crime. You're not gonna be you don't want to be that guy, okay? What you really want to be is someone who's a bit unique, who gives the algorithm um an excuse to recommend the videos. So a micro niche basically means is that, let's say if I had a channel about crime, instead of if I wanted to start a channel about crimes, instead of starting a channel about crimes, maybe what I can do is I can niche down a bit. So let's say I'm gonna talk about, hey, I'm not gonna cover crimes only. I'm only gonna cover crimes from a specific state in the US, and also about a specific race. So let's say I only wanna cover crimes at a specific location. So only gonna talk about Florida, and then I'm gonna only talk about Florida, but only gonna cover crimes against black people. Let's say like homicides, anything that has to do with crimes. Those are gonna be my topic videos, but again, only against black people and in specific area. Now you see what happened with this. What really happened now is that the algorithm has a very small pool of audience to recommend your videos to. So if you on a new channel you make a video and you post it, the algorithm starts recommending the video to these seed audiences. And what I mean by seed audiences is that once you post a video, the algorithm, based on your keywords and based on your video's transcript, and by the way, YouTube does read your video's transcript. So whatever that's in your script, whatever you've said in the video, the algorithm knows like what you're talking about in the video. So that's why scripts matter a lot as well. But based on that information, the algorithm starts finding these seed audiences, and a seed audience is usually about 300-400 views, or it sometimes goes up to 10,000. But it starts like testing these audiences. So it's gonna say, okay, it's been 24 hours since the video is up, there are 0 views on the video. Now I'm gonna, based on these keywords, based on this information, i'm gonna um I'm gonna push this video to like 200 people and see what happens. So on its own best guess, it's gonna guess like, okay, these 200 people could be the audience. Let's try these people. It's gonna push our video to these 200 people. Now the result is going to depend on how these first 200 people, the seed audience, reacts to your video. So let's say if the CTR is high, by CTR I mean the click through rate of your video, like how many people click out of 100, that is high. If the average view duration is really high, then the algorithm thinks, okay, these 200 people really like the video, Now I know what like major group these 200 people belong to. So now I'm gonna recommend the video to the major group that's linked with these 200 people. So everyone who's like who behaves exactly like those 200 people, they're gonna get your video. So technically, you want to make your job easier for the algorithm. And let's say if the first seed audience doesn't like your video, it's gonna stop the graph. So your graph grows like this, and then it flatlines. So the reason that it flatlines is because, and you stop getting views, is because your video did not appeal to the seed audience. I don't want to do that. You want to make the algorithm's job easier, and the way you make it easier is by niching down and talking specifically about a certain audience, so it's easier for the algorithm to reach your audience. Am I making sense? And this is an example of a micro niche. Okay. um Holland Crime Boulevard, what do these guys do? They only talk about crimes that are being committed in Holland. So this is an example. What top faceless YouTube channels do you follow for inspiration? There are a lot of them, really. There's no specific example, but a few, if you want, I can give you a few names top of my head. You can follow Fern. You can follow Magnets Media. There are a few others as well. Okay. Have I been clear so far about? I know this could be a difficult one, micro niches, to understand. If you got understood what micro niches mean, you can type one in the chat.
Keep going. I think we already 40 minutes past, so keep going, Simon. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I think we are out of time though. All right, I'll continue with types of content. So we have two types of content in YouTube. Okay, we have evergreen and then we have trending. Um, Micro niches best tip so far. Yeah, yeah, for sure. By the way, micro niches is genuinely a shortcut to success on YouTube. Like if I'm being honest, micro niches, like if you want to take the fast route to success, I think micro niches is the best. Like niching down is the best thing that you can do. Okay. Example of evergreen content, searchable and timeless documentaries. So anything that can be viewed for many, many years to come, and content that has a great shelf life and that stays relevant is called evergreen content. So it's like you make a video right now, but that video keeps paying you for the next like 10-15 years, because people like in like 5 years in the future, people are still gonna watch that video because it's still relevant to them. So it could be like a tutorial video on how to, like, for example, how to tie a tie or how to change tires. So those kind of things stay relevant, so those are called evergreen content. Obviously there's also other type of relevant content, could be like documentaries. So like, for example, history, right? We're talking about what happened in World War. History's not going to change. Okay, people are still going to want to know about what happened in the World War. So 15 years from now or 20 years from now, they're just want to know what happened. They're gonna still watch that video, and that video is still gonna pay you. And then we have trendy content, obviously. So it could be anything like news videos, celebrity, current affairs, what happened to Diddy, right? Stuff like that. Trending topic could be memes, currently like trending music videos. So these are called, this is very basic stuff, by the way, trendy content. Evergreen example, how to crochet for absolute beginners. Like this is an example. For example, this was uploaded 9 years ago. It's still getting views, and so far it has accumulated 43 million views. I mean, I'm sure it
Wow.
has generated a lot of revenue as well. And then trendy, we have this Diddy example. Diddy case takes a turn. Insider speaking out. Oh, so yeah, so this was like a short overview of these two things. Um, I think my presentation is ending here. Um, if anything that I said, if you have guys any question, just let me know.
No, this is awesome, guys. Thank you. Thank you. I know Simon has a lot more, but I told him in the interest of time, guys, give me a excited if you're excited, definitely.
I'm trying to figure out why is the presentation ending? Why can't we continue?
No, because we have a special deal for a beta group here. Susan says, can you do affiliate marketing? Absolutely. That's the other thing we'll go into a little bit detail. Ben says, if you find a micro niche within a popular niche, but there are no videos, do you just test it out, Sam?
If you find a micro niche within a popular niche, but there are
But
no
there are no
videos.
videos in that micro niche, there are no channels. Do you test it out or?
Yeah, I do test it out. Yeah,
Okay, awesome. Can you stop share? Because I want to share screen.
sure. One second.
So
There
no,
you go.
thank you, Sign. Here's the thing, guys. I wanted to understand. Okay, Sign came. I have done my due diligence for more than a year trying to grow a faceless YouTube. Okay. By the way, there's a lot of people saying excited. Thank you, Simon. Really, thank you. And then I found Simon. Okay. I did not want to pay 5,000, 10,000. I took one-on-one coaching with Simon, paying a little bit more. But here's what I understood. Simon has been doing videos for clients who are doing faceless YouTube, more than 80 plus clients. Okay. He knows the whole process on scripting, finding the niche, the ideation, the voiceover, the video editing, the thumbnail, all of that. Right now, when I started working with him, right now I have one VA in the Philippines who's been trained over the couple of months by Simon on coming up with ideas and scripting. Okay. And then we use AI for video, we use AI for the voiceover. And then we have an independent freelancer for editing. So I have two people, okay, and then my own team, somebody does a thumbnail. Thumbnail is, once you know how to do it, you know how to do it, okay? So two people, I'm now planning to put up at least 3 channels and grow big, right? The main thing I loved about Simon is here's what I need to understand. Just like in SEO, where you have to learn niching down, competition analysis, on page, off page, in YouTube automation or faceless, you have to learn finding the niche, then the idea, the script, the way you want to capture the retention for long, then the voiceover, the video editing. Okay. Simon knows all of this. I've looked into other people. I've got on calls to buy other people's courses, but I did not want to pay $5,000. He is like one of those hidden gems who knows, he's an expert in what it is. He's got his own personal channels. He's brought in about 3 or 4 coaching clients one-on-one. He's helped them make money, and then he's like, I can't do one-on-one anymore. It's a lot of time consuming. He's got 80 plus clients who have Faceless YouTube. His team does the video editing. So I reached out to Simon and said, Simon, I have this group, okay? We want to learn Faceless YouTube. We don't want to break the bank and pay $5,000. Can you put together a course where you go through all of this? Can you include coaching calls in that, right? And if needed, one-on-one help as people, just like the model I do. I have a video course, my SEO program, weekly coaching calls, and people email me and message me all the time, and I answer them, right? That's where I see the most results. So Simon agreed to it. And so we want to start a beta group, okay? So I'm going to share this, okay? And so here is what you're going to get in this beta group. Let me go here, okay? Here's why he created what he calls Faceless Success. Right? You get his full step-by-step videos, his whole training, right? Even if you're a beginner, okay? Weekly group coaching calls, direct one-on-one support. I cannot stress this enough, guys. There's one guy I reached out to and I said, I need one-on-one coaching because in my experience, that has helped me the fastest success. And he quoted me $5,000, right? So here is all you'll be getting, okay? Module 1, introduction, module 2, setting the whole thing up. Okay, I don't want to go through all of this. Module 3, managing, budgeting, the whole thing. So even if you're a newbie, you don't have a lot of money, for 30, 40, 50 bucks, you can start putting up videos. Use a little bit of your time and what you're learning, ideation and scripting, use ChatGPT. We use ChatGPT and our secret sauce from Simon for the script. We use, I don't want to give away the thing, but we use AI for voiceover. And for video editing, we use a specific style that Simon recommended. That the first video I uploaded got 1,500 videos, okay? 1,500 views. So all of this going on, I don't want to go into a lot, right? Here is what we have for you, okay? A beta group, we're looking about 10 or so people where we can take in, okay? And you're going to be learning all of this. He's going to give you all of this, like literally coaching calls along with the videos and all that. But also I said, Simon, can you give us some bonuses, right? And so the bonuses he's giving is the ones he's personally in. His Faceless YouTube, like the niche that I am in, the micro niche, I was mind blown when he came with the supply demand thing, okay? 2, he is giving away a pre-branded YouTube channel. So you don't even have to do that. You just start uploading, okay? And he's giving 3 months access to the paid community. So he is starting a community. He hasn't figured out if it's going to be 57 a month or 97 a month or whatever, but you get free access to it for 3 months. Okay, all this for a one-time $397. Honest to God, guys, I am going to be in this group, okay, learning from Simon. I'm going to have a VA in this group learning from Simon For $397, if you do the work in 3 months, you will be making this $397 minimum a month. Minimum a month. Okay. He gave an example of the other guy in 10 days. Okay. So I'll put this in chat. Okay, jump in. We plan to take about 10 spots, guys. So whoever want to jump in. I'll be sending it out to my email list tomorrow morning. Okay. And then once you're in, okay, Sign will reach out to you. And when do you plan to kick off the first coaching call, Sign?
I think we should be able to do that by Saturday. So it's gonna be, I think, Friday evening for you, if I'm not wrong.
Okay. So Friday evening, we'll send out a time. Okay. So Friday evening or Saturday morning sometime. Okay. He will let you know. But we're gonna go the first coaching call and go. So any questions on this, anybody, guys, so far? Anybody? Jason says, is it possible to hire Sign to make videos?
Is it possible to hire Sign? You could hire my agency if you want videos. I'm not sure what you want to hire me for. You haven't really mentioned what you want to hire me for.
Yeah. His team, he says, his team. Yeah, you can hire his team to do that whole thing. Absolutely, yes.
We got a
Yeah.
few questions regarding the Gmails and the YouTube accounts. Is this something where we have to buy old Gmail accounts to create these YouTube channels? Can we have multiple YouTube channels under one? Because I know YouTube, their verification process is now like a facial recognition verification thing now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'll address your first question. You could buy channels only if you want to start on. So there's like two categories of channels. We have fresh channels that you're going to create yourself, or there's a new buzzword nowadays that goes like, it basically means aged channels. So it's like the YouTube channels that have been created like in the past, and now they're for sale for like $2-3 a pop. You could buy those if you want to. I don't really recommend doing that. I recommend creating your fresh channels. And yes, you can have multiple channels under the same email, although the ownership of the channel should be divided onto multiple emails. You should not have multiple channels owned by the same Gmail account, because if even if one of the channels get, let's say, terminated for some reason, all of the other channels get affected and all of your channels are gone. So your AdSense account and your channel, each and every channel should have a different ownership email and a different AdSense account connected to it when the channel gets monetized. um and obviously I'm only talking about the ownership. If you want to have multiple channels under the same email as a manager, there's no problem in that, but just the ownership of the channel has to be on different multiple emails. And about the face verification thing, you only need to verify your face to access the advanced features. You can literally create a channel, you don't need to verify your face, you only need face verification when you have to access those features that allow you to use tools like split testing with thumbnails, custom thumbnails, and live streaming. So if you want to access those tools, and obviously you do, because we usually like to use those like thumbnail testing tools, you're gonna have to do face recognition. And by the way, there's no limit to how many channels you can create using your own face, so that's not going to be an issue.
Umer says, how many views do I need to make $1,000 a month? Probably depends on the niche.
Good question. Good question. It is gonna depend on your RPM. So that's your revenue per mile. It totally depends on how much do you get paid per 1,000 views. So let's say if you get paid $5 per 1,000 views, do the math. You need like 500K views to hit $1,000.
Ben says, can I start this with my own and with AI tools before I hire VAs?
Sorry, can you go again?
So instead of hiring VAs, it's just me and AI. Can we start a YouTube channel?
You're gonna have to go to the course, and if you think that you can replicate all of the tasks and the outputs that are related to those tasks, if you can replicate the same type of content, you're free to use AI by all means.
What
If you
I'm
can,
doing, just my 2 cents. I think you can do most of it if you know video editing. That's one thing I did not know, and I had to hire somebody for $30 a video, sometimes $20 a video. And that video will bring like $300, $400 a week, sometimes a month, sometimes. Manish says, can Faceless channel work for selling agency services? So Manish is saying he has a Faceless YouTube channel and he's talking about SEO. I think it should work. Why not? If you build it big,
Totally depends on your niche, by the way. If it's an educational channel, then it depends on your niche. So let's say if you make videos about video editing and you educate people on how to make videos, but then technically it's not really a faceless channel, right? I mean, you could still not show your face and talk about education, but what really happens is that in educational based like personal branding channels, people like to see a face like who's teaching them, usually. So to promote products, it's really hard to do that with entertainment based niches. So if you're a sports channel, you're like a entertainment channel, it's really hard to promote services or affiliate programs, but it's really easy to do the same thing with educational channels like a crypto channel or like an SEO teaching channel.
here's what I'll tell you guys, okay? Simon will be teaching YouTube Faceless channel. That's a skill that you can start, right? Worst case in this $397 one time, you're going to learn a skill that like in my case, I'm learning the skill of hiring the right video editor. I can now start providing that as a service, video editing for other businesses also, clients. But here is what I'm saying, okay? For those who jump in, okay, I will personally do a call sometime where I'm going to show a couple of niches that I am thinking. I'm going to start in YouTube, but also start an affiliate website in parallel. So now I got SEO, Google, and video YouTube, both growing, okay? It's a no-brainer with the skills we have, okay? 10 spots is what I told Simon we want to cover. And the reason for 10 spots is that we have then some kind of a beta program, so Simon can then getting the results for you guys, working one-on-one, and then after 3 months or so, he can up his price and use your success for more for his coaching program if he wants to. But I'm just helping Simon because he has a skill that I'm excited, honest to God. Like jump in if nothing else, take this 397. Okay, even if you can't hire a VA and all that, you can just do it with Chat GPT and all that, and have Simon's team, okay, or Simon will show you how to find a freelancer for video editing. That's the part that I could not do, video editing. Okay, if you can do that, maybe that you don't even need a VA. Okay, so I don't want to take a lot more time, guys. I jump in, guys. I'm going to be sending this this to my email list also. About 10,000 people tomorrow morning. So if you can get 10 spots before that, just for the mastermind, I would love that because mastermind folks, we are at a different level already. You guys know that, right? But any other questions? Mike says I'm in. Awesome. Mike is the first one to come in. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Anybody else get in? Simon will be sending you an email after 24 hours with more information. Ben says excited. Okay, and then you'll know when we kick off the first call, YouTube Faceless, and we'll go from there. Okay. Thank you, Simon. Appreciate it. Please go get some sleep. Okay, I know the whole night you didn't sleep. Guys, wherever you are, Australia, UK, USA, I know it's been it was an awesome session today. Okay, we'll be going more of this in science classes, and so we'll see you there. All right. With that, thanks again, guys. See you guys next week in the next call. Thanks again.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.